Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on let's see. It is the Aquarius Risings 2026 significant events which you can expect. So friends, the way I'm approaching the yearly analysis horoscope for all the rising sign is that in the very first part we already have had our discussion that how the slow moving planets are going to be influencing you. Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. We also talked about that based on the Vedic Panchang, which planet is going to be the king, which planet is going to be the minister. We already have had our discussion on that. In this video, we will try to look at that in which all specific months and days you will have important conjunction in your chart. Which will actually give you an insight, like if you're planning to buy a vehicle in this year, you're planning to launch or release any of the product, so you can mark those dates much in advance when you will be doing a proper planning and new year resolution for yourself. And then friends, after this there's going to be one last part where I will try to connect everything, and then I will give you elaborative explanation for all the rising signs and for your Aquarius ascendant as well. So okay friends, without any further ado, let's start our discussion. I have to quickly talk about this, and then I'm very excited to watch this recent podcast being posted by Nikhil Kamath. I guess his name is that. My goodness, he did a podcast with Elon Musk, so I need to watch that. So okay friends, to start with, first I will give you a quick overview revision of what we have discussed in the last video. So friends, over there I talked that talking from the Jupiter's point of view, this year Jupiter is going to be transiting from your sixth house. It is going to be transiting from your fifth house and your seventh house. Eventually it will enter your seventh house as well. So what does it tell about? Like when Jupiter transit from the fifth house, from the sixth house, from the seventh house. See, with the entry and transit of Jupiter in the fifth house, it is a very good combination for the activation of the Pur Punya and like giving your mind the right perspective. See, because Rahu in any case is transiting in your first house. That means if you have to align with the level of vibration of Rahu, your mind has to be in sync with it. So whatever futuristic ideas Rahu wants to bring into your life, Jupiter will give you right controlled wisdom to act on them. When Jupiter will enter in the sixth house, I have a very specific word for that. See, Jupiter will get exalted, but Jupiter in your case is also a very important planet, having a rulership over the second house and the 11th house, which means all the matters of the finances and wish fulfillment Jupiter controls. Now you would be wondering upon, like, if Jupiter is getting exalted in the sixth house, so will it be expanding my disease and problems more, conflicts more? So my answer to that is during this time you will get blessing, but in a borrowed form. So I mean to say, if some work needs to be done in your life, other people who might be running a very auspicious time, fortunate time, those people will enter your life and help you resolve your problem. So Guru, more than the blessing, will help you get rid of all the complexities which you are dealing with, and it will help you with getting rid of the loans and all. And when Jupiter will enter your seventh house, it will actually be a very good time for the enhancement of your reputation, doing good in the business, public domain, or even to get married. Talking about from the Saturn's point of view, Saturn is your ascendant lord, transiting in the second house in a purest essence in the Uttar Bhadrapada. So lot many people will be driven towards giving stability in the matters of their finances, bringing proper structure in their business, in their finances, and also in terms of experiencing stability in their life, like getting married and all, tying the knot. All of that can be anticipated. And friends, when we talk about Rahu and Ketu, so I'm sure whatever Rahu and Ketu are doing in your life right now, all the changes, innovation they are doing in your life, after this they will be in a different level of experiences. I mean to say, on December 5th, when Rahu will move to your 12th house, Ketu will move to your 6th house. So that is going to be the time when Rahu is a planet of the unusual, exotic, foreign things. And when Rahu is being placed in the 12th house, the surprise element hits us the most. Like suddenly from nowhere, a new chapter has now opened in your life, because Rahu and Ketu moves in a retrograde motion. So that means it has completed one 18-year cycle and now it will open new doors for you, or whatever it has opened in your life, you will start building now in some new areas of the life. So now friends, after that, let's briefly look at that based on all the rising signs, how it is going to be influencing you. So the very first, the dates which you have to mark. So obviously everything begins with the very first day of the new year. A lot of the Vedic astrologers, they also like somehow make predictions or design the analysis just on the basis of the planetary alignments on the first day of the year. Some people do that with the Chaitra Shukla Pratipada calendar. Some people do that with the Mesh Sakranti. When sun enter the Aries, they draw the chart and based on that make predictions. So different astrologers have different approach, but we cannot undermine the planetary transit on the first day of the year. So the good part for the Aquarius rising native is that you will start the new year with your 11th house being very accentuated, like Mars, which happened to be your 3rd lord and the 10th lord, is going to be there in your 11th house. Sun is also going to be there in your 11th house. So high possibility that the Aquarius Lagna native will start the new year with a clear set goals for their life, for their personality development, or for their growth, their career advancement and all, that whatever or what all I want to achieve this year, right from the day one, I want to be focused in that direction, not being overwhelmed by distractions. Now friends, the one of the most important days now, I have started pointing it out. So January 16th, on January 16th, you will have Mars. So on January 16th, your 10th lord, your 3rd lord, which is the planet Mars, and Sun, which happen to be your 7th lord, will get conjunct in the 12th house. Mars is going to be exalted in the 12th house. So friends, I always say this thing, that with 12th house, the doors always open from the other side, something which the universe is hiding from us, and suddenly it gets delivered to us. So any of the concerns of like success in the foreign matters, or if during this time you will undertake any travel with any career interest, business interest in your mind, so you will be able to perform very good. And yes, recognition is definitely going to be on the cards on January 16th. So success and recognition in the foreign matters. Now friends, February 23rd is another important date of this year. So that is going to be the time when Mars, Sun and Rahu are going to be there in your first house. So I have written a caption for it as explosive power at your disposal. So friends, it's just like that. As you can see, the whole combination, Sun is your 7th lord, Mars is your 3rd and the 10th lord, and if they both get conjunct in the first house, it will suddenly accentuate and it will bring lot of the attention onto you. So, and also this is also going to be the time around the eclipse as well. So that means for many people, this is going to be the time of sudden rise in your fame and popularity. Now this could be slightly controversial as well, but for sure you will get a lot of the attention, visibility, and if you're already working in the domain of the politics, business or social media, you are an actor, so this could be a very good time for you. One thing is for sure, that you will get a lot of the attention. Now friends, the next date is in the month of the March 2nd and March 11th. So March 2nd is important for you because your yoga karak planet, which is the Venus, it is going to get exalted in your 2nd house. So we know this thing that because Venus has got a say over your 4th house, your Sukh Sthan, and the 9th house, the house of your Bhagya, your luck. And I always say, like, 2nd house and 4th house are the two important houses of family, of domestic life. So that means because of the support of the luck, some auspiciousness will happen in your family life, something for which the whole family will get together and they will be in that celebration mode. Also for some important purchases, buying a vehicle, or like booking your first apartment, so, or organizing some anushthan, religious ceremony in your house with your family can be expected. So March 2nd is going to be the day when Venus will get exalted. And on March 11th, Jupiter is going to turn direct. So friends, Jupiter is going to turn direct in your 5th house. Now this is going to be the time that because we know that Jupiter is the significator karaka of the 5th house as well, and Jupiter being in a retrograde motion in the 5th house, a retrograde planet is more inclined towards doing things, wrapping up things from the past. But now just because it will be in a progressive forward motion, so that means in your 5th house there will be results which will come with a lightning speed. Jupiter is already in a Tichari motion. So any of the concerns of childbirth, success in the academic matters, success in the artistic creative matters, all of that can be anticipated. And yes, your mind is going to be very much inclined towards mantra, chanting, bhakti, devotional things. And also success in all the literary matters as well. You're planning to publish a book, launch or release your work, stars will be very supportive for you. Now friends, when we look at some other dates, so that is going to be in the month of the April. So on 2nd April, Mars and Saturn conjunction will happen in your 2nd house. So friends, this is going to be the time of major breakthrough in the family and the finances. So you have to understand the role of both of these two planets. First of all, Mars and Saturn combination can actually make someone a good engineer, can give you success in the tech innovative platforms. It actually give you very fighting spirit, and it is going to be impacting your 2nd house. So what does it tell about? It tells about that Saturn in your case carries the energy of the 1st house and the 12th house, unknown hidden forces, and Mars is the 3rd and the 10th lord. So that means all that energy will go in your 2nd house. All those flaws and loopholes which is coming in the way of your financial replenishment, reinforcement, independence, you will get a clarity of that. Okay, let me get rid of this and let me try, experiment or include this in my financial portfolio. So all that can happen. And yes, some major breakthrough I can assure you, like for example, people who are already going through some lawsuit and there is some financial compensation which needs to be paid, that can actually suddenly be delivered to you. So that's all what I'm trying to say. So friends, April 2nd, Mars and Saturn conjunction, we talked about that. Now friends, the next important date is April 19th, when Venus is going to be getting strengthened in Taurus in your 4th house. So friends, Venus is going to be there in the Taurus, and the 4th house, which is the house of the comforts, luxury, domestic life, vehicles, all sort of comforts and conveniences. So this is going to be the time around the April 19th when many Aquarius rising is going to be inclined towards making some expensive purchases. And again friends, when we talk about a planet whose natural nature, like the nature is very benefic, so here we're not talking about like those kind of expenses which creates resistance in the family. Like Venus, Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, they even represent those kind of finances which brings happiness, which makes the whole family come together and be in that mode of celebration. So that is going to be the time around the April 19th. So if you are like planning to do any decoration, interior work in your house, or you're planning to book or buy any new car and you are planning that which month shall I target for that, so April 19th is very supportive for that. Now friends, May 11th, in the month of the May, on May 11th, Mars and Sun are going to be there in your 3rd house. So this entry of Mars being so empowered in Aries in your 3rd house, the caption which I have written for that is uncontrolled energy and geeky genius. So that in itself tells about that yes, many things which you have been trying to move or initiate or execute, this is going to be the month and this is going to be the date when it will suddenly trigger. And just because this Mars is being very well supported by the Sun, which happened to be your 7th lord, so that means in your business, if you have any plans which you want to execute, so this is going to be the time around which you can plan the launch, the release and all of that. Now friends, June 1st. So on June 1st, Jupiter will get exalted in your 6th house. Like the way I say, sometimes when your own stars are not being very supportive, so make help and support or get the guidance from someone who is either very fortunate or running very fortunate time. So get that luck or blessing in borrowing from someone else. So that is what I'm trying to say. So that in the matters of the finances, any loan or credit which you're trying to arrange, that could get materialized around this time. And Guru Tulya people and very enlightened people will help you, will come to your aid and guide you to resolve any of the life complexities and improvement in the health matters as well. Now friends, on July 16th, so in the month of the July, on July 16th, Jupiter and Sun conjunction will happen in your 6th house. So friends, this is going to be the time when it will empower you. The stars will empower you. But again, you have to be cautious and careful not to get into conflict with the bosses or with the authority figures, because Rahu in any case is in your 1st house, and Rahu's wherever Rahu is transiting, somehow other people are sometimes curious about us. There is a lot of the hype. Sometimes people are suspicious regarding our whereabouts and all. So then this is going to be the time when you have to be careful. So on July 16th, Jupiter and Sun conjunction in the 6th house is going to be a blessing for people who have to write any competitive exam, in any competitive scenario situation. But at the same time, conflicts and issues with the authority figures can also be foreseen. Now friends, on September 18th, in your case, Mars will also transit to your 6th house in the Cancer. In normal times, it could have been seen as a sign of debilitation. But just because Jupiter is going to be there, there is going to be Nij Bhang Raj Yoga. And friends, the way it has been explained in the Uttar Kalamrit and many classics, that when the naturally malefic planet, when they get debilitated in the Dushtana Bhava, they become more powerful. So not only Mars's debilitation is powerful, but because of its cancellation of the debilitation, it is much more empowered for you. So during this time, I'm sure that your confidence, your capacity to decimate your enemies is going to be at its peak. And for many people, you will get a permanent solution to the ongoing debts, loans and credit problem as well, health problem as well. Now friends, on October 31st, Jupiter will transit to your 7th house. So now this is going to be the time, and Jupiter will initiate a cycle. Now you do not have to rely on the blessings in a borrowed form from other people, and this will also initiate a chapter of getting married and all. And friends, because briefly there is going to be the conjunction of the Jupiter and Ketu in your 7th house as well in the month of the November. So this is going to be the time when some pure blessings will manifest in your life. This could be in the matters of the marital life, your public image, your business. Everything will be at the focal point of all the blessings. And lastly friends, Rahu Ketu shift will happen on December 5th, around the end of the year. Rahu Ketu somehow represents the clutches of the destiny. So whatever chapter Rahu Ketu's entry in the past 18 months have initiated, any new development, a new chapter in your life which has begun in the last 18 months, now we will start progressing in that direction. Rahu's placement in the 12th house is very good for some unusual, exotic, mysterious kind of experiences. But yes, with Ketu in the 6th house, then you have to be very careful that the matters and concerns of the employment and your terms with your junior subordinates, there might be some extreme karma you have to deal with. So yes friends, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Once again, thanks a lot for watching this video, and for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.